That means taking power out of the hands of British bureaucrats in London and putting it into the hands of locally elected politicians in the six-county context, in the context of a fully formed, functioning executive. That means depoliticising policing, setting thresholds and standards where the role of bad policing is replaced by the function and the aspiration and the vision of good policing, with checks and balances which demand that and require that on an all-in basis. Beyond that, the issue of the time frame remains extant. Now, there is no guarantee that these negotiations are going to succeed. There is no guarantee that these negotiations are going to conclude with any measure of success. There is a negotiation with the British, there is a negotiation with unionism. What we are clear about is that the establishment in Ireland has set its face against any prospect of Republicans taking responsibility for ending political policing as a tool of repression in a six-county context. And that's why we see the resistance to change that is manifest. Manifest within unionism, manifest within the bureaucrats, why elements within the British establishment have set their face against any prospect of these negotiations ending successfully. Our job in terms of building political strength is to ensure that they are rolled back on that basis. Take their power away from them and put that power into the hands of Republicans and ensure then that Republicans become accountable to Irish citizens for achieving what is necessary in this country, and that is civic policing, which serves the people, not serves the state. Negotiations are a silent struggle which everybody in this room has an appreciation for. There's no guarantees. When you negotiate with your opponents. You negotiate with enemies. Do they negotiate in good faith? Rarely. Is there a possibility that when you conduct a negotiation, a booby-trap negotiation? Always. It's ever permanent. And it's no different in terms of collective bargaining and the role of trade unions in that respect to the role of political activists using policing as a side of struggle and seeking to effect change through the terrain of negotiations. But that's the job that sits in front of Republican activists in Ireland today. People who are committed to change, effective change, and serious about the business of independence have responsibilities in relation to all of this. Our mandate in Sinn Féin is to successfully conclude these negotiations. We're determined and resolved to do that. We haven't got to that point yet. Will we? We'll wait and see. If we do, then we move into a debate within our community to ensure that our community's aspirations are properly reflected in the terms and the conditions of what we see rolled out in the aftermath of that. But will it be resolved at the conclusion of negotiations like that? Will the policing issue in Ireland be concluded when and if policing powers are transferred away from Britain to a six-county executive to function as an aspect of power within the North-South Ministerial Council? It won't. Policing is a side of struggle, and it remains a side of struggle, whether within the institutions, within negotiations, successful or otherwise, and within the community until it's got right. So I'm concluding this again. Sinn Féin is not at the point to endorse or call for the endorsement of policing or justice in a six-county context. We seek to be able to do that when the conditions are achieved, when the negotiation threshold is met, and when we have moved to a point where in the interest of our wider population, the wider nationalist community, as political activists who live in the real world, we are in a position then to see this issue of struggle advanced in the interest of people. And then to continue relentlessly and systematically operating the issues, challenging our opponents within the institution, and continuing to challenge those within the policing services who would probably remain within the arrangements for policing if ever they were transferred away from Britain to a six-county context, to continue to challenge, to continue to deny them the space, to continue to hold them accountable, until we arrive at the point in the real world where we in fact do achieve the legislative, the political, and the proper conditions where policing serves on behalf of communities and not as an aspect and a role and an instrument of maintaining the status quo, maintaining the status quo, maintaining partition, or upholding the interests of the rich as opposed to the poor. Thank you very much.